Welcome to another beautiful episode of Follow Your Canadian Dream. Today we'll be discussing on what are ties to your home country. Now the question is, have you been denied or rejected entry into Canada because you couldn't prove ties to your own country? Well, it is very, very crucial, and this is one of the most commonest reasons that immigration officers actually reject someone who probably applied for a visitor visa or a work permit. It is kind of funny because you will not see anything like that in the application form, but the onus lies on you to show proof ties to your country. What that simply means is that you need to convince the immigration officer beyond reasonable doubt that at the end or the expiration of your valid visa, you'll be willing to go back to your country. Now, how do you do this? Well, unfortunately, some even immigration consultants do not tell you what these things are. They are very small. You do have them, but if you don't have it in your application file, it will be deemed inadmissible. It will be tantamount to you not providing reason to leave Canada when your visa elapses. So today we'll briefly talk about what you can use as proof to ties to your country. One of them is you'll be able to show them your employment or career history. You need to probably show pay stubs, or you need to have a letter from your employer detailing that you are a staff of that particular company and that you are embarking on a paid leave or unpaid leave, but at the end of your visit, you are coming back and you have a place to fall back to when you come back to the country. That is one way to show proof or to ties of your own, the ties to your own country of origin. Pay stubs, that is the regularity in pay stub, is another way you can actually show ties to your country. If you have property ownership, you need to show the deed. And if you have mortgages, you need to show evidence that you have it and you are paying those mortgages. These are ways you can actually show ties to your country. What about investment? That is another way that you can do that. You want to show proof that you have financial investment in your country of origin. You want to show things like a savings account, investment in business. You want to have all of these. And if you are traveling alone and you are married, you want to get the birth certificates of your kids. You want to have your marriage certificates also included in your application. These are proof that you are from somewhere and you have people back home who are actually longing to see you after your visit or after the work permit that you are actually applying for. These are simple things that we all have, but like I said, you won't see it in the application form that proof to ties of your own country, show this or show that. It is not there, but the onus, the responsibility lies on you to convince the visa officer beyond reasonable doubt that you are willing to go back home at the end of your stay or your visit or your work permit, as the case may be. But is that all there is that you can use to show? Not at all. There are still other things that you can use. If you own a business back home in your country, you can actually have the papers that show that you own it. And these are certificates of incorporation of that particular business, taxes that you have paid for that particular business. You have to show those proofs. They should be hard. That is, the hard copy should be there, given to them, submitted when you are actually making your application for a visitor's visa or a work permit. Membership and involvement of organization back home too. It's another way that you can show proof. It could be a community that you belong to. It could be a village community. It could be one in the city. If you can get a letter from that community that you are someone who is respected, who is known, and who is looked up to in that particular community, if you can get that letter from that community, it shows proof to ties to your own country. Then your past travel histories is another thing, but that is not really enough. But they want to see that you've traveled to country A and you went back to your country. You traveled to country B and you went back to your country. You traveled to country C and you went back to your country. The immigration officer will be looking for countries that are, will I call it, what would people call the tier 1 countries? That if you have proof that you've traveled to those places and still went back to your country, it makes things a little bit easier for you. So when next you want to put in an application, make sure that even though it is not stated, even though you have a representative, or even if you have somebody who is telling you that this is not included in the application pack, please provide all necessary information, details, because you will not be there when the visa officer is making your decision. Your papers will be the only thing doing the talking for you. They are you in passing. That is, you are not there, but your papers are speaking for you. So if they are asking any question, they will not pick a phone to call you. They are only looking at the application file that you've submitted to see if you are able to convince him or her that you will actually go back to your country at the end of the day. Once you've done this, putting the application is not that easy. It's not just difficult. You only need to download the application from the website, fill it in, make the payment, and submit it, and hope for the best. Definitely, with the news going around now, once you are able to get a visitor's visa for the next 2 years, then you can actually apply for temporary work permit. That is what is happening. So now that is the thing is urgent, go ahead, put in the application, and you will definitely smile, as the case may be. If you have questions, if you have any comments, you can drop them on the question pane below, and I will do my best to answer those questions as I see them. And if you have friends, family members who are asking questions, drop the question and I will answer them too. And share this video. If you have seen value from it, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you will not be missed out when new videos drop. And I will certainly see you in the next video.